Call the meeting to order. The president of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Longview is holding a special board meeting tonight, August 28th, 2019 at the Village Hall at 7 p.m. We're going to do a roll call of trustees. Laura Borland.
Here.
Perry Petticourt.
Here.
Martha McCoskey.
Here.
Betty Dedman.
Here.
And Melinda Skinner is absent. So the first thing I have on the agenda is public comment.
Oh, excuse me. I would like to move that we change the order of the agenda and we put public comment last.
Okay. Melinda Skinner is present at 7:01.
In fact, I move that we change the order so that it is, since we've established the quorum, that Tyler Clark has already been appointed, that we swear him in. Second, we approve the minutes, we have the treasurer's report, then public comment, then adjournment.
Tyler Clark has not been appointed yet.
You did appoint him. You appointed him at a previous meeting. Would it make you feel better if you appointed him again?
Yes.
All right, let's do that then.
Well,
All right.
we're going to follow the agenda and we're going to approve the minutes and we're going to follow this agenda. Simple and sweet. Okay? The agenda is up for a reason and we're going to follow it.
I still move that no matter what, we put public comment last. I'd like to make the motion that we put the public comment on this agenda last.
And I make a motion and agree with that.
We have a motion and a second. Can you vote?
They can't make a motion without the president acknowledging.
Yes.
The president should know what's going on. I mean,
She has, she told you the minutes,
We're gonna
the agenda
follow the
says.
it's not the way that we do business. And never have.
Okay.
No, it's
We
just-
are not going to get into an arguing match here tonight, okay? We're going to follow the agenda.
I can
Everything
make a
is-
And
motion.
remember what happened last time we followed the agenda? We was in 2 hours public comment and our village business never got finished, even acknowledged. That's why we're here at this special meeting today,
And
right?
that's why we're going to follow.
But we did that last time and we didn't get nowhere. Did we? That's why we're here today, right?
Stop letting these people bully you. That's all I gotta say.
Ms. McIntyre, you're not a trustee.
Thank you.
Yeah. You don't have to say.
Thank you.
We're going to follow the agenda.
Okay, but maybe they come in, let's limit the amount of time.
I don't know who you
Yeah.
think you are.
Have public
Yeah.
comments, can we do that?
I know who you are.
Okay, I'm going to end the meeting if it doesn't stop. I'm going to end the meeting if it doesn't stop. It's that simple.
No, it isn't, because I've been in this position
Okay.
a lot, so I know how, and I
Okay.
know what she's supposed to be doing,
I'm
and
going
it's
to
not
end the meeting
arguing.
because
Yes, it is.
No, Robin was told not to talk. We've already been here. with the
Okay.
previous mayor.
You're not supposed to talk either.
I can talk anytime I
No,
want,
you
thank you.
can't.
You don't have no say.
We're
so.
supposed to be
You walked
having
out on
public
the mayor
comment.
position. Don't even go there, Ronnie. You shouldn't even be here.
Hey,
You have never been
okay.
here before.
I will make the
I'm-
motion again. I asked for a change in the order of the agenda. I would be satisfied if we just put public comment last. I move that public comment on this agenda be moved from first order of business to last before adjournment.
It only makes sense, Susan. We didn't take care of our business, so we should have taken care of it.
and we can
last
take care of it today.
Not if public comment goes wrong. You already threatened to close the meeting
Well,
down.
because
Nobody's listening.
that's right, nobody's
But
listening.
we're asking, she's asking for something. So yeah.
I will make the motion again. I would like to make the motion, I am making the motion, that we change the order of public comment from the beginning of the order of the agenda items to the last prior to adjournment. Do I have a second?
I second it.
Now we can vote.
Melinda,
Yeah.
Laura,
Yay.
Perry,
Nay?
Betty, or I'm sorry, Martha.
Yay.
Betty?
Yay.
Motion carries. So the first thing on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the regular board meeting of July 17th, 2019, the special board meeting from July 20th of 2019, and the special board meeting from July 22nd of 2019. I assume everybody's had time to look over the paperwork.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes of the July 17th, July 20th, and July 22nd meeting.
So moved by Martha McCoskey,
I'll second that.
seconded by Laura Borland. Melinda?
Do we have a question on it?
I have a question. On the 20th, the motion that I made for Longview zoning has not been put in the minutes correctly. I would like to have that corrected before we vote on the minutes for July 20, 2019.
Okay, what was that again, Betty? Which one?
I have a copy. And by the way, these minutes are the way our minutes should look. You can pass those down, please. I've highlighted how this motion should have been entered into our minutes for July 20, 2019. There should be a copy for everyone. You can pass them down. If you would like to compare it with the copy of the minutes for 2019 that we were given.
I make a motion for the corrections on the July 20th minutes.
Motion by Melinda Skinner,
I'll second it.
seconded by Martha McCoskey. Melinda?
Yeah.
Laura?
I'm not finding it on that paper. You'll find it at the very, very bottom of the minutes that were presented to us. Very bottom of that paragraph into the next page.
Maybe try to top the second page, Laura.
Sorry, I couldn't highlight your copies.
Okay.
Perry?
Yay.
Martha?
Yay.
Betty?
Yay.
Okay. So that'll get put into the meeting minutes.
Thank you.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is the treasurer's report.
On the treasurer's report, can you tell me why Bill's getting two different paychecks? And don't we have someone hired that helps him? Where's his pay? I
That
don't
is
see
Scott
that on there.
Arbuckle.
Okay. So why
Well,
is,
Scott Arbuckle's helping him right now.
so
So
what's the two paychecks for? Why is
Bill
he
gets a
getting two?
paycheck for billing of the water department,
Okay,
and then, because he's the water guy.
okay. So, but we pay Charlie to read the meters,
Charlie
right?
reads the meters.
Okay, because we've never seen this paperwork, does that get reflected off of Bill's regular pay? Or does he still get his whole pay like he does when we
Bill
hire
used to
Scott
get,
on to do and pay him overtime? So are we getting double billed for what Bill should be doing? Because I know we are on the other side, so are we on meter side too?
no,
Okay, I'd like to
Because-
see that at the next meeting. What we voted in to pay Bill, and then when we switched over to Charlie, I want to see the pay difference. I want to make sure that the pay is reflecting it.
Okay,
Because we're double stepping, I know, on the water plant part. So I'm thinking that we probably are on water meter too. Because remember, Bill didn't want to give up his pay. He wanted us to just pay the other guy. He didn't want to take a loss because he didn't have time
no,
to do
he
the
offered
work.
to take a loss if we could get somebody in to help him.
Right, but it was a
With-
minimum amount when it should have been a lot more.
Well, and
Okay, well, yeah, I understand that, I remember. You don't have to explain, I just want to see the difference.
okay.
Please and thank you.
Does anybody have any questions about the treasurer's report?
And also something else I want to bring up about the water. Always before we have a thing that says that, you know, 2 people had to go out there, the water person and a board member, to collect the water salesman money. We don't see a water report, and I haven't for years. So I'd like to see where that money is being recorded
Okay,
and who was going out there to double check that the money is getting in the right spot.
That's right there.
Okay, all right. But 2 people are supposed to do it, not just one.
okay. I'll look that up.
What was in the report? I couldn't see it.
Oh, now you want it back?
No, I'll look it up at home now.
Look at your treasurer's report, it's in there.
Well, just down with glasses and I can't see it, so.
I should have pushed it away.
Okay. So does anybody have any questions on the treasurer's report?
Nope, I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll second.
Motion by Laura Moreland, seconded by Perry Petticourt. Melinda?
Yeah.
Laura? Perry?
Yeah.
Martha?
Yeah.
Betty?
Yeah.
Motion carried. Okay. So we are going to appoint a village trustee to the open board seat. Tyler Clark is going to take that position. So I'm going to take a vote. Linda?
Yay.
Laura?
Yes.
Perry?
Yeah.
Martha?
Yeah.
Betty?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're gonna swear him in.
So I state your name, do solemnly swear and affirm,
I, Tyler Clark, solemnly swear to, what's that?
or affirm,
Or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the United States of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the United States of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of village trustee
of the office of village trustee
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Okay. So now we'll have public comment. Nobody has anything? I would entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Motion by Perry Petticourt, seconded by Laura Moreland. Melinda?
Actually, I do have something to say. This is an article from 2001. Anybody's welcome to take a picture of it before they leave. It's 18 years later. It seems like we're kind of having a little flashback here. Nobody has been on the board, so, but it's just an interesting little read for anybody that says, you know, says someone needs to restore peace and order in Longview. Okay? We've had several mayors since then, one long term. A little chaos, but not a lot. But yeah, we're going through some major chaos for some reason. So anybody that would like to take a picture of this? And I would also like to call a special private meeting. And I would like for everybody on the board to do their own research and find out anything they can about Junior Churchill, because he left money in farmland to this village, and it was our duty to follow out and do with the money what was supposed to have been done. But that, he passed away, I believe, 83, and I have never seen any record of what really Junior wanted done. I know it's all in different funds and stuff like their places, but somewhere there should be some information, and I think as a board we all need to research that. I know that there is a book, and I do have access to that, which I will read. So I know that there's information out there at the library or wherever you can get it, but when Roger left farmland, or Junior left the farmland and money to this town, he didn't leave a ledger, apparently, and I can hardly believe that. So somewhere there's some information, and I believe as a board we need to try to research that, because Junior there was businesses here back in the day, and they didn't feel a need to do any changing in zoning or anything. So I'm kind of curious why our previous mayor, just a few years ago, spent tons of money to get us zoned down here on our own. Yeah, so we need to find out some zoning information, and if Champaign County had an ordinance or whatever against the wind farms, then it should have went with ours when it was drawn up a few years ago. So I'm curious of why Amanda would have wanted us to have our own zoning when it had went just fine for clear back to time, and why, if that was adopted already in Champaign County, that she would not have put it in ours. I feel that that's our duty to find that out, yeah.
I agree. I would also like to make 3 motions of items that we can put on next month's agenda for September 18th. First, the move that, as Melinda Skinner had mentioned, that we see the difference in our water bills, and that the money recorded and money deposited, 2-person job, that we discuss this. So I make a motion that we discuss that. Can I get a second?
I second it.
Because we can vote on this and then put it on the agenda. Could we have a vote? Could you call a vote, please?
What do you want? Discuss what again, Betty?
What Melinda was talking about just a few minutes ago, checking out the differences in the water bills. It doesn't seem quite right. And about the money recorded and deposited as a 2-person job.
She's referring to the water salesman.
Right, right.
Actually, it's really referred to all of it, because going back to 2005, whenever the water company showed up short, yeah, and we had an audit, but then they changed our auditors, so, which everybody can have a copy of this.
Did you want to second that so we can
I
vote?
did. I second it.
Okay.
Melinda?
Yeah.
Laura?
What are we voting on? To put something on next month's agenda?
Yes.
Why do we have to vote on that?
Because that's what you do. You make a motion, you vote. You don't have to discuss and then vote it in. We used to do that at our meetings, but that wasn't right. I'm making a motion for items to be on our agenda for next month, instead of new business, to be discussed beginning next month. It doesn't mean we'll resolve them. It just means we'll start discussing them. Does that make sense?
I guess, yeah. Okay.
Perry?
Yeah.
Martha?
Yeah.
Betty?
Yeah. Tyler?
Tyler, sorry.
You're fine.
And that there are two other items. One, I think, will be really easy to understand. I move that we discuss having the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of every meeting. Can I have a second?
Motion by Betty Denman, seconded by Tyler Clark. Melinda,
Yeah,
Laura,
Yay.
Perry,
Yeah.
Martha,
Yeah.
Betty,
Yay.
Tyler.
There was one more motion I would like to have, and seconded and voted to discuss at our next meeting or afterwards. I would like to discuss permanent access to this building and Longview business paperwork. It has been a very long time since any of the Longview trustees have had access to this building and to the paperwork. It is given out piecemeal. So I am moving that we discuss permanent access to this building, if this is where the Longview paperwork is being kept, and any business paperwork that we are entitled to review. Anybody second?
Well, that's something you'll have to discuss with the townships, because the township
No,
is the one that
it's
owns the
it's
building.
their building.
The
They
township
let us
meeting.
in, and yeah, we should have access to it, and I will come back with the paperwork where it shows that, yeah. The office was open to anybody when we got the computer that could come up here and use it, even in the village, okay? But somehow we got locked out. First it was we got locked out of the computer and we couldn't get in the computer. I've been on a while, so I gotta do some research. But yeah, there's nothing that was hid in that computer. We had access to that as to do our test or any information we wanted to look up. Or anybody else in the village, that's why we bought it. But somehow, then we eventually just started getting locked out of everything, so. You know, we don't see no water shut off, we don't see what we're supposed to be seeing.
Well, that's
so
true, now that
it's
water
gonna
shut
take
off,
me
we
a
are
while to- Right,
allowed
but
to
Bill
have
said
that.
Right, we
we're
can
not
get it.
allowed that, so they, you know, I don't know when it all got changed, I'd like to know too.
Me too.
But
This
the
could-
paperwork's not in the office, so.
And this could be a very long discussion, so I don't think we should begin it this evening. I just wanted to make a motion that we discuss permanent access to the buildings and Longview business paperwork. Can I get a second?
A second.
Could we vote?
Melinda,
Yeah.
Laura,
Yay.
Perry,
Yeah.
Martha,
Yeah.
Betty,
Yay.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just for the record, Betty, I am the reason we are locked out of the office because another
Organization.
resident had a problem with the water bill and I come up, you know I can look. It was right out in the open to see if her money order was there. It wasn't. And then after that, then they decided, yeah,
But
that
the
none of
township was
us-
already in the process.
No,
of
they
doing
wasn't.
that.
No, they wasn't.
Yes, they were.
Amanda called the cops. Ask Jim.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're not
so-
here to discuss that.
Right, well, we
okay?
are.
So, again, I would.
What are we here to discuss then? I'm
We've
curious because
taken care of
we
it.
haven't discussed a whole lot of much lately.
Well,
It just
you're
seems,
right.
yeah. Okay.
So did that pass?
yes. Motion carried.
I move to adjourn.
I have a question real quick. I might have misunderstood, what, did you say special private meeting?
Well, yeah, because I think that, yeah, maybe we ought to just discuss,
Well, I've never heard of such thing.
well,
I think she's
just
referencing
with no
referencing-
audience, so, you know, there's nobody bothering us, yeah, just to.
Well, I
Just
think
to, with the research from Junior.
Well, we can certainly share one-on-one.
Right, well, I mean, I think as a whole board, it is our duty, and I don't care if it's private or not, that don't matter, I guess.
That
But,
was what I was
yeah,
getting at.
it's not a secret, but I'm just thinking so we can compare. but nobody on the board seems to want to discuss or do anything. Well, Junior left this here for a reason, and it's our duty to find out where
I'm not
it
agreeing with
is.
that, I just
Yeah,
wanted,
yeah.
I
Well,
heard
we-
you say special private meeting.
We as trustees could call the meeting of just trustees as long as we have a quorum. Special, we can,
I
yes,
just
we
think
can.
that everybody should do it and not just one person.
No, I'm not talking about a closed meeting, I'm talking about an open meeting.
Yeah, you can have an open meeting anytime.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody seems
Oh,
to
that's
bring
what you
any
meant?
information or
You just
anything
thought about meeting
forward.
with the trustees without
Right,
there?
for this here, yeah,
Yeah,
because
I didn't-
there's research out there, so you know, if you're on the board, you should be wanting to find it out, because I do. So I'm not gonna go do the research for you guys, because you guys don't wanna discuss nothing. So, yeah,
I'm just confused.
I think as a board, we should find out any information that we can. However, that's why we're on the board.
I agree.
And it's just something that has never come up. I'm not blaming you, Susan, I'm not blaming anybody on the board. I'm just saying somewhere out there, there's information, and if we all kind of look, maybe we'll find what we're looking for. Because everybody's worried about the town going bankrupt, you know, so. Junior obviously never wanted that. That's why he left the money here, so Longview would always be okay.
Right.
We got one more question, if you could, please.
Yes, ma'am. In regards to where to go and look for this information, a simple starting point is your circuit clerk's office. Your deeds are recorded there. You'll be able to find pretty much everything in the courthouse, whether it be wills, deeds, all those transfers of property. If that actually was something that happened, it will be in the recorder's office. That's where you should be able to find it if it exists.
Well, I'm hoping that I would also the attorney that drew it up, because I know somebody that bought property from him, so that attorney would be able to maybe point us to where that information is, because I've never seen it, and I feel that's an important part. Something we should have on record, yeah. Just follow.
Okay.
Okay.
So I would accept the motion to adjourn.
Would you like to make it? No, you.
You want me to make the motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
That'll be your first motion.
I guess I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Tyler Clark, seconded by Melinda Skinner. Melinda? Laura? Harry?
Yeah.
Martha?
Yeah.
Betty?
Yeah.
Tyler?
Yeah.
Meeting is adjourned at 7:20.
Did you? Here, pass this down. For Nene, that's fine.